back so soon. Well, never content to simply be embarrassed by her hypocrisy that I talked about only hours ago, the Tomi prompter already took to Fox and Friends this morning to clap back at all the legitimate fun people were making of her ignorant remarks about immigration and poverty. Specifically, she was responding to the comments of the women on The View who were enjoying this moment of schadenfreude. Let's take a look.
The idea that immigrants come over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down, because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi Lahren.
She talks about low skills. What exactly are her skills?
Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh, my gosh. 1930 census says Tomi's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either. She doesn't even know her own history. She certainly doesn't know this country's history.
Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren is here to respond to that. So, Tomi, what led to that bashing on The View?
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German.
Take a deep breath, Tomi. You sound panicked. But yes, it was an attempt, and a successful one at that, to catch you in a gotcha moment. Let's revisit what you actually said about immigrants.
Well, these people need to understand that it's a privilege to be an American, and that's a privilege that you work towards. It's not a right. You don't just come into this country with low skills, low education, not understanding the language, and come into our country because someone says it makes them feel nice.
Funny, I didn't hear the part where you were talking about orderly observance of the rule of law, tadpole. I only heard the part where you were disparaging people who immigrated without specialized skills and without fluency in English. Remember the exact thing that your ancestors did when they arrived here, and without whom the world would sadly be devoid of your hard-hitting critical, I hate black and brown people commentary and analysis. The fact of the matter is, no amount of ground shifting and goalpost moving can mask the truth of what is obvious to all but the most Kool-Aid drunk of your supporters. You simply don't want to share this space with brown people who speak Spanish, whether they immigrate legally or not.
But I really am happy, though, that she has such a fascination with my family history, and I'm hoping that she will take on Elizabeth Warren's next.
Wow, that would be very interesting.
Hilarious. Who says conservatives aren't funny? Listen, Towlette, this isn't about some obsessive interest in you. You are most assuredly not that special. The only reason people are paying attention to you is precisely because you're using misinformation, faulty logic, and outright hypocrisy to justify your fear-fueled, hateful, nativist nonsense.
Tomi, a couple of things. They do not understand the conversations about illegal immigration and immigration.
Sure, Kilmeade. You're right. We're all just hopelessly dumb and cannot understand the distinction between official and unofficial immigration. Our criticisms can't possibly be targeted toward addressing the thinly veiled racist dog whistling and unrepentant scapegoating of vulnerable communities. Ugh. Let me tell you, being told you're dumb by the dimmest guy on Fox News is a special flavor of hilarious.
One group of people signs the guest book and says, I'd like to stay, here's my credentials. The other sneaks in. They might both be fine people, just as there's a way in and there's a wrong way in. And for them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was possible. What is it about you that bothers them so much?
We have the same problem with Tomi that we would have with any propaganda blaring loudspeaker. The substance of what she says is obnoxious, it's offensive, it inspires the hateful, and it deceives the gullible. And we are never going to act like brainwashed members of the Trump cult who, like clockwork, allow ignorance and falsehood and downright hatred to go unchecked and unaddressed. Look, folks, There's a reasonable conversation to be had about how to fix our immigration system, and it does need fixing. But it is a complicated, delicate issue which has human rights implications for millions and millions of people. And reasonable discussion of the issue has no room for the sledgehammer, nativist soundbites spewing forth out of Tomi, Fox and Friends, and friends of Fox's Fox and Friends. Come on.